How's it going, subscribers? So I'm gonna make this video because I feel like making this video, and I wanted to start talking about how social media is bad. Mainly short videos, or you could say TikTok videos, because I just realized again I've been waking up, and the first thing I do is read. If at all, I just look at my phone for the hour. What time is it, right? But I don't pick it up anymore and start watching videos. Maybe I do that after reading or after having breakfast, but I don't do it at all after waking up. And that is such a hack. It's a big change. What I used to do before is I would wake up and have a book right next to my bed, pick it up, read, and I would feel totally good for the rest of the morning. But if you pick up your phone and you start watching social media, you would feel uneasy, anxious. You won't feel as good of an energy. Okay? So I have a ton of books right next to me, right? Um Pretty sure you've seen them if you watch my videos. I have this. Even though I don't understand it 100%, I might have started like 50% of what's in here. Because let me give you an example. Everything exists for some end. A horse, a vine. Why dost thou wonder? Even the sun will say, I'm for some purpose, and the rest of the gods will say the same. For what purpose then art thou to enjoy pleasure? See if common sense allow this. Okay, so this is meditations. Okay, this is a diary of an emperor, a Roman emperor, and I just well, I want to talk about so many things right now, but I'm gonna start off with this guy is really wise. Okay, this was the Roman emperor. He wrote stuff in his diary, and they made it a book you could read. Okay, so that's that. I've been wanting to read this uh, for a long time now. I downloaded it for free on my computer, PDF file, and I couldn't understand what it was saying, or if I started in the first page, whatever. Okay, so it turns out his son was his successor, and he became a bad person, a bad ruler. So that's that, and I've been reading some other books like programming. Sometimes, not in the past days. What I've been reading is about the cell. Is about the cell, which is biology, and I started reading. I think yesterday. Wait, let me show you. This is this book, which is a manual actually of medical information, home edition. So it talks about the body, and I barely was able to read some pages today and yesterday. I think yesterday I just read um the introduction, or not the introduction, but the what do you call it? Glossary of words. I mean, some books start different. So it was starting off with understanding medical terms. So some medical terms, some words right there. Like for example, cranny, and then O in parentheses skull, which means skull. So that's a medical term, okay? And then I started reading the fundamentals today. I think I stopped in the aging body. I read the anatomy and genetics. So the anatomy of the body, like the organs. Uh, Let me tell you, 99% of the information didn't get stored in my brain because my brain still has to recover from all the brain rot of social media. But I enjoyed reading about it. Reading books for me is very good for me. I like it. The genetics, I do remember that. I used to think that it was very hard because it's only normal genes, recessive abnormal genes, and what was the other one? I forgot the other one. And then there's like the X chromosome, and then the Y chromosome. The X one is primarily from the females, and the Y chromosome is what makes a man. So the man has X and Y, and the female has XX, or she could have a third chromosome, like, or not chromosome. What is it called? Wait, let me see. Let me check. Gene producing male offspring is the Y chromosome. Or gene. Gene. That's what they're called. X gene and Y gene. Chromosomes are. Let me see. What is a chromosome? I can't tell you right now, and I bet you couldn't tell me without Googling it. So don't think it's easy. But I think it's what the DNA is made up of, the information that makes up who you are. Okay? But let me tell you something interesting. So, yes, this is about genes. The chromosome is it has a cell nucleus, chromatin nucleus, and what I wanted to say. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out how to describe it while I think about what I'm gonna say, which is, no matter about your genetic information of your DNA, you can still change who you will become. So, for example, you get to unlock some certain parts of yourself. If you don't think you can do things, you can actually do them, okay? For example, unlocking a part that your family hasn't unlocked, like learning a lot of things. Your family might have not gone to school or like tried really hard to learn about something or do something. Or for example, if your family is not very athletic, you can become very athletic if you put your mind and body into it. And the thing is, there's a lot of things that distract me. That's a problem because when I wake up, it's like those people with TDA. When they wake up, you have a lot of thoughts in your mind. You're thinking a lot of things, and you're thinking about what you're gonna do during the day, and you're thinking about what you're gonna do when you get up. How many options you have? Like for me, I have my computer, I have my books, I have, like, oh, did I get to hear something downstairs? Do they need me? Do they want me to do something? All those things I think about when I wake up. And what I've been trying to do, I suppress those thoughts. I just think about one only thing. Okay? And I try not to think about too many books because I do want to read them all. I want to learn about all the things that they're inside. And while I'm reading, the problem is that sometimes I would think about also playing some video games, and I want to stream, and I want to start making some stuff on Blender, and I want to edit, and I want to learn how to program. Like all those things come at my brain at the same time, and I have a hard time like keep reading. It's like impulsive, Like I'm reading and then I want to get up and do something on my computer, and when I'm on my computer I want to go back and read, and I want to draw, and I want to do stuff. It all gets like tied or cross tied, or I don't know how to describe it. But anyway, like I said again, what I do is I wake up and then I just focus on one book. I focus on one thing I want to do, and I do it, and I try to stay focused while I'm doing it. But there's a time that I lose concentration and I start getting tired, or not tired but bored, because I can't deceive myself to keep on reading. Well, when my body's like telling me to do something else, you know. So yeah, and it's good that I started to like describe how things happen, because once you understand how your body works, you can then you can then work around it, or find the way you do things, because other people are different than you. You gotta find your strategy. And I wish somebody would like help me with this kind of things when I used to go to school. Okay, when I was in high school, nobody would like give me tips or anything about this. You know, it's pretty much a competition. Everybody would just sit and then do their work, and then they would like not even help you. Uh, I don't know how other schools are or other people, but that's how it was to me. Like it was every day a competition, and yeah, I was having a pretty hard time. But I love school. I love learning. I've always loved learning. I one time in my biology class, I told my teacher, "Can I take this book home?" Then she told me no. I was pretty upset, and I always wanted to take the books home, but they wouldn't let me. If I would have taken them home, I would like read them, because the problem is when the days were happening, I would not like want to read. I would like want to play video games instead of like studying, and that's normal because in your vacations you want to relax and don't want to do anything. But sometimes the teachers would leave homework. That's fucking a dick move from them. But yeah, I would have wished there was like a friend in school that had told me this kind of things, because they would like be dicks, man. They would be dicks, pretty much. Um, Distractions too. They always were distracting me while doing my work, and that's what they do, I guess. Kids when they're in school, they distract each other. But yeah, when I used to focus, I would really focus on my work, and I love doing my work. I was almost perfectionist, but I was a mix of free writing, not free writing. I'm not talking about writing. I'm talking about like doing stuff like drawing and the maths. Because sometimes the teachers would tell us to do it one way, and I will actually figure out how to do it another way because I couldn't understand it one way. So I would like make it my own way. I would like I can't really remember. Uh, they'll give you a formula, right? But I had to like take it apart and like understand it, and I could do it some other way. And to me, it was funny because once I figured out how to do it another way, the other way I would understand it. Okay, I'm talking too much. Um, but I do want to say that there was one time don't know if I procrastinated on this, but my algebra teacher left us a homework that was actually pretty hard. Okay, and I really tried on this one, and I was very proud that I got the answer. I was really, really proud of that. It was one of those formulas that has letters, like a lot of letters. Okay, I love math, bro. I do love it. I love science. I love books. I just I just don't want to worry about money. I just don't want to worry about bills and stuff like that. I would love if I could get my years back, because I've also been distracted with some other things, and you can't do anything about that. So yeah, you just gotta do what you can do with what you have. So that's what I'm saying before I go, because I want to read some of these, and in the morning I don't know what I'm gonna. Well, probably I'm gonna keep on reading that medical home edition thingy, and I'm probably gonna read a little bit of programming, because I gotta be real with myself. But if I could read for the whole day, I would do it. But I start thinking about, oh, I gotta finish playing this game. And yes, I've been wanting to finish playing Howard's Legacy, Spider Man, and the other one, Avatar, because I do want to start playing the Resident Evil games, because those are so freaking cool. I love them. Because it's just like, even though once you finish them, you can't really go back and play them again, because it's just like a story game. Once you're playing them, it encapsulates you into the world, and like you're really into it. It's pretty cool. It's like any other story game, but like times 10. But yeah. Good luck.